Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy, I Sleep Too Late, and here we are once again with another vintage league on MTGO. Let's get started. I think this is a good hand, except we are going second, which makes it a little awkward. When I go second, I like to have, like, you know, a Phyrexian, but beggars can't be choosers here. Let's go ahead and keep this. We can be a little more reactive with Wasteland, or we can go, like, Mox, Voidmere. Excuse me. So they already know what our hand is, which was a very powerful play. They can pretty much play around things. But the good news is we can just kind of play our cards and see what happens. Excuse me. I need some water. Oh. I don't know what happened. Something went down the wrong pipe. Alright. Well, they got a merchant scroll here. Let's just cast the Mox Sapphire. And let's just go Voidmere here. I really doubt they have a counterspell. Oh, they don't have a counterspell? Merchant Scroll puts a blue instant? I guess they didn't want to counter it then. They probably didn't care. They probably did not care. But I bet they probably Merchant Scrolled for an Ancestral Recall instead of a Force of Will. That's my bet. They do have 2 mana. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They're going to be able to cast some stuff, but remember, if they drew any Moxen, then the Voidmere did its job. The Voidmere already did its job. They need to find a way to remove the Voidmere if they want to cast their Moxen. I guarantee you with 8 cards they have some number of Moxen, so this shuts off all of that. We have Cavernous Souls, which means we're going to get to cast the Anointed Peacekeeper uncounterable. And that's going to be really good because we're going to be able to see what their hand is, and there's nothing that it can really do about it. Yeah, I'd much rather cast the Anointed Peacekeeper than Wasteland their Underground Sea. I think one of the skills of Vintage is like knowing when to do things and knowing when not to do things. It's just a very difficult thing to be good at, and it's something that I'm still like struggling with as a Vintage player, having played the format for a few years, good amount of years. Obviously, I'm not as seasoned as like, you know, LSV or any of the other pro players, but I do like to play Vintage. Let's see here. So they didn't force a will anything. Interesting. I guess Tezzeret makes the most sense here, right? I mean, they can Tinker. Tinker is also really scary, too. They Tinker for... Yeah, because the thing is, Tinker gets them, like... Time Vault. Tezzeret gets them... It's tricky, right? Because Tezzeret will actually... Hitting Tezzeret is really good here. I actually think I'm going to hit Tezzeret. But... Oh, gosh. But hitting Tinker is so good. I think it's got to be Tezzeret. I don't know. The other thing you have to keep in mind is, like, Vampiric Tutor they can cast right now. Right? So... Vampiric Tutor is just, like, a 1-mana tutor that they can just cast right now. So turning that into, like, turning Vampiric Tutor into a Cruel Tutor, is that good? I don't know. I'm just not sure, to be honest with you. It seems kind of lame, but I don't know. Like, that's a really tough hand to figure out. The one thing I will say, though, naming Vampiric Tutor means they couldn't cast it this turn. So they have to cast it this turn. They have to untap and cast it, like, tap out. Or just Tinker. And they're probably going to Tinker for, like, I don't know. They could Tinker for the Time Vault, but they're probably thinking they can do better. If they have, like, a Bolus of Citadel... Okay, well, they got the stock up. That's fine. I don't have any responses to this. So we know they've got... Okay, so Ancestral Recall's gone. We know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know 6 of their 7. We know they tapped out for stock up. They're about to get like a bunch of cards here, but they're gonna have a hard time casting them with the Void Mirror. I don't see a land, so I think they would probably try to find a land here. And I'm probably gonna like double wasteland them maybe. Maybe double wasteland them and then or wasteland Witch Enchanter the Mox. Either one is fine. Either one is fine. At least with the Witch Enchanter, I can like I'll have like a white mana source. But I'll have a white mana source the next turn regardless, so it wouldn't really matter too much. I mean, unless they get like a wasteland or something. They're actually interestingly enough, they are not a Lurrus deck. So I'm guessing they have like a Bolas' Citadel or something, and they're doing well. I mean, they're a Tezzeret deck. So all right, well that's good to know. Ooh, actually, so Clarion Conqueror hits a lot of stuff, but they do have a Force of Will, so we have to be mindful of that. Honestly, I kind of want to just hit the Soul Ring. We can do this. Maybe force them to pitch Force of Will. Yeah. Or we can just double wasteland them. This is tough. Yeah, this is tough because I know they're going to force this, but if they're going to, I would rather them do that so that I could just like... Yeah, I'd rather them actually force it. That way, force them to force it. Oh, okay, that's good. I thought they were gonna counter. Oh, they can't counter. What am I saying? I have a Void Mirror. Oh, well, what am I saying to myself? They can't counter it. All right. Well, this is still pretty good. This is still pretty good. We're hoping to maybe wasteland their Underground Sea, or we can blow up the Mox Jet with Witch Enchanter. I don't think we need to blow up the Mox Jet though. I don't think because like the thing is, yeah, we can cast Clarion Conqueror, right? But it also hurts us by locking us out of a Mox Sapphire, and I don't really like that. Ooh, we can have it all now. Oh no, we can't because of the Void Mirror. Never mind. This is still pretty good though. I think we should wasteland their Underground Sea, or we can just, you know what? Clarion Conqueror does the same thing that Witch Enchanter does, except Witch Enchanter is one-sided. And it's better than just wastelanding the Underground Sea because we actually put a threat down. And it's uncounterable, so I'm just going to do this. Because this is equivalent to... This is the best of both worlds, right? This is the same as wastelanding a mana source, and it's also the same as casting a Clarion Conqueror, effectively. I think they're going to want to Vampiric Tutor here. They can't force the will. They were hoping to get to 5 mana, I think. I don't know what they were doing, honestly. Because, oh, well, I mean, they don't have Lurrus, so they can't just, like, tap out to put Lurrus in their hand. Alright, they're going to pay 3 mana for Vampiric Tutor, that's fine. They're going to try to find something here. Probably a Saga, right? I think they want to get Saga. If that's the case... I mean, we just have to apply pressure on them. And then next turn we can just cast the Clear and Conquer. We can actually have it all, right? Because we can Wasteland their Underground Sea, and then we can cast Clear and Conquer and just deny them more and more mana. Alright, Steel Sabotage is good. So, let's see. We got rid of their Vampiric Tutor. They still have a Mox Ruby. Alright, there goes the Mox Ruby. Alright, there's Tinker. Let's see what they find here. Probably a Bolas' Citadel, right? I imagine that's what they're getting, yeah. This is not good. This is not good. Well, we tried. We tried. We gave it our best. We tried. But this is not good. I was too cute, I think. Maybe I should have just cast the Clear on Conquer. I just didn't think they would go off this turn, right? I wasn't expecting the Steel Sabotage. Ugh. Rough. They're at 6 life, though, so we have to be mindful of that. Oh, do they have a top? Yeah, they have a top. But they're at 6 life, so... Do they still win here? Do they still win? I think they still win. Alright, I'm just going to F6 here. Let's see what happens. This doesn't actually win them the game, though, right? Because they have to pay life every time they use the Sensei's top. But they do get to use that ability every turn, which is scary. Alright. I don't think they actually win here yet. I mean, they have to represent something. They only have 1 mana left. There's the Saga. They played a land for turn. They have Brainstorm. Alright, so they're setting up. I think that they're either going to win or they lose. It's either they win this turn or they don't, because I have lethal on them. So they have to literally go off now. What you don't want to see is like a Time Walk. That's like the one card I don't want to see here. But it's very likely with 29 cards in hand and a top and a Brainstorm, it's very likely they found one. If they have a Time Walk, I think I just concede. Because there's no way I'm coming back from that, statistically. Stock up. Okay, well, they're at 2 life. Maybe I don't concede with the Time Walk. Is this Time Walk? Yeah, it's Time Walk. Okay. I think that's probably good enough for me. Let's keep playing and see, because they could lose to their crypt, right? Yeah, they could lose to crypt. What am I saying? All right, cool. I was like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen if we? Because I totally forgot they had the crypt, right? So that was a 50-50 shot, which was really scary. I mean, that's how it goes in Vintage sometimes. We're gonna bring in the Void Mirror, and I think we're gonna bring in the Void Mirror, and obviously we'll bring in the Null Rod too. Obviously, right? Nothing to swords in this deck. No, yeah, I don't think there's anything else we really care about. Anointed Peacekeeper is honestly, like, kind of mid. Everything else is great. Oh, I keep forgetting that we're going first, or going to go second. But I still think Chalice is really good here. I think we cut Anointed Peacekeeper and Seasoned Engineer and call it. I think that's going to be our deck. Let's see. So, we want to see... This actually isn't as bad as I think it's going to be. Although, the Null Rod definitely hurts us a lot. We can go, like, Witch Enchanter, Chromox, Null Rod. Is this good enough? Let's see. 1, 2. We can get to 2 mana, get the Null Rod, or we can like strip mine. I think the fact that we're going like second kind of makes this work out because we get to see another card. So I'm not really opposed to keeping this hand. We do have the Null Rod, which is what we sideboarded for. And the strip mine is going to be kind of good here. Just remember that we have to play this Witch Enchanter as a land. We can't pitch it to Chromox. As much as I would want to do that, we need to save our mana sources. And I think we probably pitch the Clarion Conqueror to Chromox or something. I don't know. Well, strip mining the basic is not terrible. Yeah, I'm fine doing that. I think that's a good play. Probably have an Ancestral Recall or something. No? Okay. I'm down to cast a single Chromox and see what happens. We can get this. Now, do we want to double down here? We could double down and then go like Seasoned Engineer. No, let's hold off for now. I'm going to hold off because I want to see what my opponent's going to do. They didn't play any Moxen, which gives me a lot of information, right? Tells me that they are probably don't have any Moxen in their hand, obviously. So this is interesting. I think that I want to play the Clarion. I think I want to cast the Seasoned Engineer because they're not really putting any pressure on me right now. Okay, they're gonna counter this. Interesting. Oh, Steel Sabotage the. Oh, they're gonna counter it. Sure. All right, everyone. Unfortunately, I had to mute this section of the video because I don't know, some idiot outside was playing some copyrighted music and I didn't want to risk, getting a copyright claim on this video. So I'm going to just talk over this section. There's not too much left of this video. I end up casting this Clarion Conqueror, which is really strong. And, our opponent's got 2 Underground Seas. We end up, let me just see if I can remember what happened here. Yeah, I believe I cast the Chalice on 1, or I want to cast the Chalice on 1 because there's a lot of things that Chalice hits, namely like Ancestral Recall. We've got Clarion Conqueror that already hurts like the Moxen, so I'm not too concerned about them like playing a 0-drop, but I am concerned about them casting like an Ancestral Recall, for example. So that's what we end up doing. After this resolves, we play the Witch Enchanter, I think. Excuse me. See, even after I record, I'm still coughing. I don't know what's going on. There's something stuck in my throat. I don't know what it is. But anyway, the long goodbye is a little bit unfortunate, but we still managed to survive here. Because, again, they didn't play a Moxen last turn, or last 2 turns, so I don't think they have anything here. So that's why I kind of felt like a Chalice on 1 was safe. Because, if they don't have anything, any 0-drops to play, then they probably don't have one the turn after, chances are, right? So this is a really strong play here. I go for the Seasoned Engineer thinking, there's nothing else to lose here. It's better than the Null Rod because, again, the Clarion Conqueror didn't really do much. I was not expecting the Force of Will. I didn't think they would have it. But that also puts them down to 1 card. And we're in a really good position here, having 4 permanents on the battlefield against their 2. And we also have 1 more card than they do. Excuse me. So, with that said, they allow us to untap here. And the Archon, I think, just about seals the deal. trying to think what else happens here. Yeah, I cast. Yeah, so they didn't even see the Archon. It was a pretty solid game all